And a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along. It's Monday night. It's a little bit after 9 o'clock as usual, traditional start time, which is we don't really have a start time. But it's time for this week's episode of Tea and Tops. As always, we're live tonight on Twitch at twitch.tv/Tea and Tops. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube as well. And as always, I'm joined by my good friend Jason. Jason, how are we doing tonight?
We're good. My body is very sore because I got asked to play in a pickup game of baseball yesterday, and I hadn't had touched the ball in 9 months, and it had been 4 years before that. So, of course, what did they ask me to do? Pitch. So, of course, I went and pitched 4 or 5 innings, and then, of course, the opposing catcher took a ball off the jewels, we'll say, and I had to jump in there and catch as well. So not only did I go pitch for 4 or 5 innings, I went and caught another 2. So the body's a little sore. So
I'm not surprised. Wow,
highly enjoyable. So it was good fun.
And how is your 64-year-old body today? Is it?
Oh my gosh! Like, I am glad I've been playing pickup ball with a bunch of guys, and at least I'm in a little bit more shape than I probably would have been a year ago. But yeah, I can, the arm can almost go across over the head. We're getting about here.
Almost. My God, you got those Dick Cheney arms going on.
But yeah, a lot of fun. It was nice to go and swing the bat and then get a base hit the first time up there. I won't tell you what happened the rest of the time because I don't want to embarrass myself too much. But I got a solid hit, so that's all that mattered.
So a solid hit, a few innings of 40-mile-an-hour cheese, and then yeah, 2 weeks of pain and ibuprofen. So yeah, it's good we've got Advil on as a sponsor this week then, right?
Exactly. I did throw Uncle Charlie to one of the new guys, and he did the usual I'm giving up because it's 2 feet over my head, and of course bounced right behind the plate and he missed it like that one. So
you can't call it an Uncle Charlie anymore when it's just an ephus pitch in disguise, because and that's also your fastball.
Yeah, I know. It's that 44-mile cheddar and the 38-man curveball. Doesn't really make much
sense. That's 7 miles an hour. That off-speed 7 miles an hour, man. It's buckles the knees every time.
Exactly.
Oh well, good on you for getting out and playing some baseball again. I think my body would just explode if I tried to do that. So yeah, good on you. Nice to pull the uni again. Of course, we're planning a bit of an old timers day down in Edinburgh in July. So let's hope that comes off. That'd be kind of good. The old 4th of July weekend there. But hey, we could even do a live episode of Teen Talks. Who knows?
We could, yeah. We'll see if we can pull together a team or not, and see who's not hurt.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah,
I might have recovered by then.
Yeah, just those of us who can actually stand up on that day, because we're all too old and broken now. But yeah, good on you. Yeah, I'm glad it was you and not me. I don't think my body could take it anymore. Anyway, what an interesting week it's been in the world of sports trading cards once again. Moving on to our regularly scheduled programming. So a story that developed, I guess, probably not long after we came off the air last week, which I've only just caught up on. I don't know if you've had the chance to yet, but yet more stories of just shady breakers, and it feels like it's becoming a rather unfortunate thread that, every couple of months it feels like there's stories of breakers being up to shady stuff. So we spoke about backyard breakers before and their shenanigans with the card they were going to give away, but decided not to give it away because it was worth 20 grand, and then they sold it for 20 grand, or did they sell it for 20 grand, and then they gave the money away, and whatever, it was all a big complicated mess. So it was yet another story, a breaker in the States called Platinum Breaks, who tried to kind of underhand Panini National Treasures, which is quite a high-end NFL product, tried to palm a redemption card away. So National Treasures comes in little mini boxes, a bit like Top Sterling, which we might speak about in a little bit. 5 or 6 cards in each little box, and box comes in 2 halves. You pull the box apart, and the redemption was just stuck in the box. So there's a bit of conjecture about, was it an honest mistake, or was it planned? And there's a interesting couple of videos on YouTube, which we'll probably tweet out after the show, so you can go see if you go look at it if you haven't seen it, where a gentleman sits and sort of forensically breaks down what exactly happened, and it does look like allegedly, that they tried to get away with stealing a card, throw the old allegedly in there. I believe they were streaming it live on Twitch, and of course on Twitch, hello people watching on Twitch, you've got live chat. So they were called out in the chat. Somebody saw the card flash across the screen, still in the bottom of the box. And, I think you've thrown away a redemption there, buddy. And they're like, oh yeah, honestly, great, blah 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 blah, and moved on from it. The forensic analysis would appear to show that the breaker did see the card on the bottom of the box, and rather than just like casually toss the box off to the garbage pile, it was carefully placed on another part of their table out of camera shot and stuff like that. So it was a bit dodgy. So yeah, it's unfortunate. Like I say, breakers trade on their reputation. We spoke about backyard breakers before, and like, you know, they were only as good as your reputation in this business. And we thought perhaps with the explosion in trading cards and their popularity, then that's not quite so much the case now. If you've got a shtick and you've got a gimmick or whatever else, then you can kind of, you'll get a couple of weeks of bad press, and you can ride these things out, and it looks a bit like Platinum's going to go the same way. I mean, you know, it takes all sorts, and everyone has a different style that they of break that they prefer, and you know, guys who try and put on a show. But you know, the breaker who works for Platinum Breaks, I believe they have more than one. I mean, this guy, from watching it, in my opinion, is an enormous douche. But there you go. You can we'll tweet the thing out after, and you can make up your own mind. But
you know, we'll have our stick soon. We'll do topless episodes, whatever it takes to get more people.
Whatever it takes. Man, yeah.
Unfortunately, you're watching on the podcast. You just have
to ask Starbucks sponsorship in.
Exactly. We'll just ask you to tweet. You don't have to ask you to tweet pictures of us topless. You know, that's about the best we can do.
So yeah, we'll have our OnlyFans.
Weather now in the summertime, so we might as well.
Yeah. As soon as the sun's out for more than 5 minutes in the UK, especially in Scotland, it's tops off time. Yeah, the Tea and Tops OnlyFans is coming soon.
Giving a shout out to Laura, says evening to us all. Always good to have Laura on. So again, if you're watching the show live, you know, drop us a message. We see everything right there, and we can definitely include you in the conversation of the show.
Yeah, for sure. Good to have you with us, Laura. So yeah, dodgy breaker shenanigans lead off the show. Never great. Like I say, we'll tweet the thing out after the show. You can make up your own mind, but yeah, careful who you break with, everybody, especially if you go. I mean, there's a few pretty trusted ones in the US that a lot of UK people use, but you know, be on your guard and stuff. You know, like, so you're only as good as your last dinner. I mean, there doesn't seem to be too much fallout from this, from what I can see. Though, you know, again, it blew up at the time, but whether or not they've actually seen any impact on their business or not, I'm not really too sure. But yeah, just be careful out there, folks. It's like the Wild West still. But hey, at least people aren't getting shot on a Target car park for their Pokemon cards.
Not yet.
Not yet. That was the low, right? That was the or the high, I guess, the height of the craziness.
Yeah, you were getting held up by knife point or gun point for your Pokemon cards there.
So, getting stuck up in a Target parking lot. Unbelievable. All right, on to more normal behavior then. So yeah, new releases. We touched on new releases last week and what was coming. So yeah, this past week, we've had Topps Sterling, not Bowman Sterling, as I referred to it through the week in a Facebook thread there, like an idiot. So Topps Sterling is out. We talked a little about the fact, you know, 2 cards, $1,000 a box. This week it's 2 cards and $1,200 a box. So you know, prices are going up. Buoyed by, interesting enough, quite a strong single sales market. So just looking at recent eBay sales for 2022, Topps Sterling, some highlights of Mariano Rivera, numbered out of 5, going for $400 for the single card. Wander Franco triple patch, jersey number, so 5 out of 10, went for $3,100. Yeah, so there is, I guess, some money to be had in Sterling, which I'm kind of surprised at. Usually, you know, two cards in a box, 500 to try and do $500 for your individual card when you only get 2 in the to get 2 in the box. You're playing some fairly hefty odds there. I mean, it does come down a little bit. There's a 2022 Topps Sterling Robin Yount relic autograph out of 25, which went for $80. So that's a little bit of a loss.
Ouch! I like Robin Yao. He's a great player.
I like Robin Yao as that. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
A really cool card. 2022 top sterling. Yastrzemski, Carlton Fisk, and Wade Boggs triple relic, number 2 of 10 for the Red Sox, went for 305. So even like a pretty big card, 3 massive names in there.
Man.
$305. To keep it modern, Bryce Harper dual patch on card relic autograph number 13 of 15, $255. So still like a $250 loss on your card there. There's a Steve Carlton out of 25 dual jersey and bat relic auto, went for $70. You know, Paul Molitor in the same style, $52. So yeah,
But
you're
if
you
you've
know
got
you're taking your
$1,000 to
chance.
drop on 2 cards, you're not going to care. Like I said,
You're
you're
not gonna no, you're
chasing the
not gonna
Wander
care.
Franco. You know,
Yeah.
this is their $1,000 is our $100. You know, let's be honest. There.
Yeah, it's very it's true. Yeah, again, we did sort of like I said last week. You know, there comes a point when you're happy to spend buy $1,000. I mean, if you're happy to buy $1,000 box of cards in general, then good on you. But when it's only got 2 cards in it, then yeah, really good on you. Formula One. I'll say a hobby box of Formula One cards will set you back $1,000 right now. So
you know, this actually reminds me. 1989 Upper Deck came out. They were nice and shiny and holographic and cool, but it was $1 a pack, maybe $1.50. Or I could buy my 89 tops at 50 cents a pack. Now I went. You can guess which direction I went.
Yeah, you went for those 89 tops, right?
Absolutely, yeah, exactly. I was determined I was gonna buy a ton of those, despite the fact that Ken Griffey Jr. card was in the Upper Deck and not in the tops. So
Oh my god!
there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we wish for the halcyon days of $1.50 packs again, but
exactly. Yes, exactly. When
So,
that
yeah.
time machine finally kicks off, we'll be all right.
we will be all right. Yeah. So yeah, up from like I said, it was $1,000 last week. I think you could get them as low as 800 on launch, but one of the major US retailers currently has them for 12. So prices on the rise again. Also in the past week, 2022 Topps Gypsy Queen, which is a bit more sort of in your normal sphere of baseball card releases. Boxes right now on Topps.com. So the US top site, $140. Only came out on Friday. No sign of them on the UK Topps site yet. If they do make it here, hopefully we'll see a price around about 115, 120 maybe. Every time I guess a Topps UK price, I get it wildly wrong. But if recent evidence has been anything to go by, they've been cheaper than importing for sure. When they do actually hit the Topps UK site. So if you're interested in Gypsy Queen, you've not already secured your box, probably worth hanging on to see if they hit the UK site. They probably will. Hobby releases this year have been pretty available on Topps UK. It's the usual sort of setup. 24 packs. I didn't write down how many cards were in a pack. I don't know if I've still got a tab of them. Oh, I do, because I'm clever. Let's quickly find out. Let's play some hold music. 8 cards. Yeah, there we go. Thanks. That was pretty good, for on the fly there. 24 packs, 8 cards every pack, 2 autographs, and 3 exclusive Gypsy Queen Chrome cards per box. That's really difficult to say. So same box setup as last year, with a couple of autographs. They should both be on-card autos. They should both be rookie autos as well, if it's anything like last year. I haven't watched any breaks of it yet. Like I say, I've had a rather torrid weekend where I've not really had a chance to catch up on any of this stuff. So I've not watched any breaks of it yet. The design, they've changed the design a little bit this year. Usually Gypsy Queen has that sort of tarot-like appearance. I've quite liked it the last few years. They've updated it and gone for more of a steampunk sort of appearance, a steampunk look to the cards this year. For what I've seen in pictures and promotional literature and on streams and stuff, I can't say I'm the biggest fan of it. I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It'll be interesting to get my hands on some of the cards, but steampunk feels a little bit 2015. It's like, they're a few years late or jumping on that bandwagon, but I'll probably change my mind once I get them, because usually they look pretty good. But yeah, they're out now. Like I said, no sign of them on Topps UK yet. And the next release coming up is Series 2. It's already time for Series 2, which is kind of crazy. So yeah, that's scheduled for the 8th of June. which means that we're pretty much halfway through the year. So we've got a little bit of a break, couple of weeks, with no new baseball releases. Billing Series 2 comes out on June the 8th. So we're going to set our alarms for that one.
What are you talking about? We have the most exciting release of the year happening tomorrow. Come on now.
That is a dreamlike segue. that was beautiful.
I timed that one perfectly. So, as you may have noticed, the episode that was called Here We Go Again. So it should be actually Here We Go Again and Again, because we've now got Project 100. Now, what is Project 100? Basically, it's Project 20 and Project 70 rolled into another ball, and it's all nice and shiny. And yeah, it should be really interesting, this one. This time, as we touched on last week, 5 artists doing 5 cards, and it's only 5 cards a week. And it's a season. So we don't know if this is going to be a season. It's going to be 5 weeks long, or it's going to be a summer season, autumn season. Nobody knows. The Topps has been absolutely tight-lipped upon this one, and I've tried all my contacts are big fans of Project 70 and Project 2020, and no one seems to know. But what we do know is there's a base edition limited to 3,999 cards. There will be foil prints. They're in a slimmer box with a specific card label, which actually I like. So you don't have to actually sit there and open them all up to see which cards you are there. You just look at the label. Hopefully, you get the card that's supposed to be in there, but it's Topps. You never know. So this is the deluxe edition. So that would give you the parallel foil edition, which is there's 1 of 100 plus the base. Again, no one knows the prices here, so we're guessing $20 a base, $100 for his foil and base. And then there's the AP edition. There's only 20 in total. It's signed by the artist. 5 of them go to the artist. 15 go to the general public. They're all signed, but you get the AP, the foil, and the base card. So we'll see what happens with this. There is actually a season 1 catalog that goes out with this. So there'll be a visual checklist with exclusive artist interviews and photography. So the first one is limited to 100 copies, and then they'll have a standard catalog that has a different cover on the front there. So they have really kind of taken everything from Project 2020, everything from Project 70, and made it nice and shiny again. And hopefully it'll work this time. So we don't know. Fingers crossed. I'm trying to be really positive about this because everyone is just shit all over this project and want to stay away as far as they can away from this. I think it's so cool. I love my art cards. You can see the Wander Franco by Malik Roberts out now if you're on his Instagram, and I'll talk about him in a bit. And then what's it? John Geiger has released his Roberto Clemente card, so it looks pretty dope. You want me to do that right there, Graeme?
Go for it.
That's the stream, right? So we're just so those who are listening on the podcast, we're just adding to the screen what was going on there. So yeah. So they also have fine art prints, so that you can get the base edition, and there'll be limited ones. I think it's 1 of 10 are actually signed by the artist as well there. So if you like the card, you can buy the fine art prints. Now I own 5 fine art prints, and I absolutely love them. They're definitely some fond memories of Project 20. Not sure how much I'm gonna like of these, but at least they're offered last time. They were $400 each on Topps, and we'll see if they still go for $400 or not there. But they're really kind of packaged together. Yeah, I'm just laughing at Laura's comment there. She's saying she's a keep away person and she doesn't need Randy taking out birds. I don't think you're gonna have any of that there. They're really cool cards. I'll talk about a little bit of the artists there. I don't think you're gonna have more kind of Alex Pardee or Ermsey in there. It is 5 completely different, 25 completely different artists. So it should be interesting. So the 5 artists are Andre Power. So he is kind of a DJ, producer, kind of jack of all trades, all thing. But he owns this company. Oh gosh, let me pull this up here. Let's see, Andre, painter, visual artist. He does it all. He's the co-founder and creative director behind the worldwide music art collective Soulection. So his cards, I'm gonna have a feeling, are gonna be this kind of 60s and 70s soul vibe. He's LA based. His first player, I believe, is Mookie Betts. So it's a great tie from there. I think he'll have some really cool cards. Dembski, this guy, I think he's going to be my favorite out of this one. There's a couple cool guys there. Jay Dembski. So he got immersed in the graffiti boom in the early 90s and had been traveling throughout the world, spraying countries. He used to spend his time in arcade games and watching Japanese mecha and sci-fi movies in VHS mode. So his cards are going to be super cool. I really like that. If your whole, it's kind of like that 8-bit Windows shiny foil holographic futuristic thingy there. It looks awesome. It's looks like you spent all your time on MS Paint back 20 years ago and put some cards together. His first one, I think, is supposed to be Shohei Ohtani. Absolutely like that. Go check out his Instagram. It's really cool. I'm totally digging that there. The next guy is John Geiger. Now, this guy is a bit of a controversy here. So he's a sneaker guy, and apparently he likes Air Force One so much that he basically copied them and made his own shoe line, and got busted for Nike for this. So it's a bit of an interesting one with him because he's a sneaker guy. They think he's ripped off Air Force Ones to sell his own shoes there. But you know what? He's teamed up with the shoe surgeon, who's obviously a Project 70 guy there. But he's a Pittsburgh guy, so he'll probably deal heavily with his Pittsburgh players there. Again, we know his first card is Roberto Clemente. It looks really cool. I don't know why he has lasers going out of Roberto Clemente's eyes.
Why not, right?
Why not? Exactly. Yeah, there you go. You've got Jay Dembski up there. His cards are really cool. Yeah, so you can kind of get the vibe that he's going there. It does look like MS Paint. You did it yourself, right?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I think I could be interested in those.
Yeah, that's it. You can see that. Malik Roberts. So he is a Brooklyn-based artist. He's got fragmented forms. He kind of has influence by modern art and pop, and he likes to draw on the faces there. It does a really cool thing there. So we know his first card is definitely Wander Franco, and I think he's going to be kind of like Chuck Styles, so you can kind of see what he's going on with that there. I think he'll be kind of African American influenced, and then he likes to write in the faces and pull out his expressions there. I think his artwork's really cool. His first card, Wander Franco, is true to his art form. I really like it. I've already seen people shit all over it, but I think people are just tired because it's tops and what could it be there. I'm probably in for a 5-pack. And the last person here, no pattern, Chuck Anderson. So he's a surreal use of color and light. It's very 90s screensaver. So that's the best way to describe his work as well.
I like that. I like that.
It's kind of like, oh man, my screensaver's on, and I may have eaten something or smoked something. Just looking at the screensaver there. But he is a self-taught artist. He's based in Chicago. He's worked with the White Sox. He's worked with the Cubs, and he's worked with the Bulls. So this guy is going to bring some heavy clout, and I think he'll be doing probably 5 Chicago cards there. His cards look pretty dope as well too. So I'm really hoping to see what it's going to be like. I'm excited for these 5. I think it's 5 very good choices there. I don't think we're going to see a bad card. I think Topps has actually thought this project through. I think they've actually went, all right, what's the best parts of this? What's the worst parts of this? And it's really interesting that they're using all the different variations of foil. So you're going to have the foil, the cracked ice. I think there's another kind of different foil there. And that's to actually keep the guy that actually sells the knockoff version of the cards by putting cracked ice foils from selling the cards. They've stopped it now. I mean, he can't take the cards and put on some sort of weird, rainbow foil and then sell them for $300-$400 on eBay. So they've cut out that's kind of secondary market, or there might be the Mookie Betts party guy that's going to cut the heads off these cards as well too, but you never know. Something will pop up, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would like to think so, right? Yeah, all in all, I think it looks like a pretty interesting project. I mean, the hate rained down for Project 2020 and Project 70 when they kicked off as well, and then people found an artist that they got inspired by, or 2 or 3 artists kind of really resonated with the collector base, and then it flew from there, right? We're just seeing exactly the same behavior again. I enjoyed your Let the Haters Hate tweet that you sent out earlier in the week, and I think you're exactly right. Yeah, let them hate. That's fine. It's more for the rest of us. I guess uniquely with this one as well, they're capping the total print run, so there's only going to be a maximum of 4,000 of these cards available.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is the argument we've been talking about here, is because people are like, well, the average print run from Project 70 minus Alex Pardee was just a shade over 2,000. How are you going to sell 4,000 cards? Well, think of it this way: Top started off with 2 cards a day, 5 cards a week, so it was only 10 cards. So the numbers are there, and then it went to like 3 cards and 4 cards and 5 cards and 8 cards and 6 cards. So
and then 28 cards by the end of it.
Exactly. So I think the numbers are there. I think it's an easier sell for people to go, all right, I'm quite happy that I like this artist or I like this player. I can buy it here and there. And I'm kind of hoping to maybe you can buy a 3-pack, but it looks like it's probably just a 5-pack. Even so, I think you'll still see people buying 5-packs because it's probably going to be around $90, $80. I don't know what they're going to charge. I think 70 or 80 probably seems about right there. And people will buy because the first card's a Wander Franco. Now I've seen Wander Franco take off in Bunt. People are so desperate for Wander Franco cards.
Yeah, I mean, you're guaranteeing yourself some traction with Wander. I mean, we're going to see, like, so the complaints we're going to get, right? Who are these guys? These guys all suck, which we saw before the start of both projects. Now, then we're going to get the standard complaint that it's the same players every time, but of course it's going to be the same players every time because if the way that the artists are making the money from this is the same as it's been in the last 2 projects, although with capped print runs at 4,000, it makes me think it isn't. It's probably more of a, right, we'll pay you, we'll commission you to produce this amount of cards for us, and we're only going to limit them to 4,000, so we can't, so it's not like, they're getting like $3 for every card they sell or $5 for every card they sell or whatever. So I guess it's kind of clever because we're going to see the same. Let me make my original point. We're going to see the same complaint about it's going to be the same players all the time. So you can bet your ass we're going to see a bunch of Wander Franco stuff. I know that Adley Rushman just came up as well for the Orioles. So depending, I'm not sure how he got on his first couple of days, but we can expect people to be trading off the rookies if they have that chance, because maybe Rushman's a push because they might have had to have got their cards in and stuff already by now. But yeah, we're going to see Wander Francos. We're going to see Wookie bets. Who the hell's Wookie Bet?
Wookie Bet. That's Wookie's twin brother, Wookie.
Yeah,
plays for the Star Wars team.
for 1 week in May, Mookie Betts is known as Wookie Betts.
Wookie Betts.
Jesus Christ. Well, that's threw me off my stride.
Just let you know,
and we're going to see Ohtani as well.
Adley Rushman tripled at his first at bat.
Well, there you go. So he's going to get 1 million cards.
Yes, exactly. Well, he's the Oregon State guy, so I got to support him. So
good on you. Yeah.
So I've been kind of following him coming up and all there. So, anyways, yeah. So apparently it was something like him, Brady Anderson, Cal Ripken Jr., and I think Brooke Robinson or something like that are the only Orioles that have tripled in their first at bat.
Wow, that's distinguished company. We're going to see this. Yeah, we're going to see the same thing about the range of a range of athletes who are focused on the cards, I would imagine. But you think like a lot of it feels, some of this feels a little bit cynical as well, because obviously artists release chase cards and stuff like that to complement Project 70 and Project 2020. Especially some of the, let's call them the midfield artists, who probably weren't making as big bank off of just flat out sales. So to bolster that, artists were releasing companion cards and that kind of thing. And it feels like by limiting what's going to be released back to the artist, especially, that Topps are maybe trying to curtail that side of things as well, which some might look at and think that's slightly cynical of them.
I think because they're actually giving artists 5 APs to sell, like depending on how well the artist will do. I mean, I really like Matt McCormick's cards from last Project 70, but you can buy an AP for half of what you paid for it now.
Yeah,
so I
true.
think some of the artists you're going to be able to go, okay, great, I can buy this card and it might go up in value. And some artists you're just never going to know. But those guys, at least they have 5 cards to sell on their own and go, right, I'm charging $250 for my autograph on this card, and you can buy it or not. It's not going to make a difference. And then they just make a mystery box anyways and go, well, here's my mystery box. Somebody will get it there and I'll make my money back.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's really interesting. There's no chase cards. So I think that was the fun part about Project 70 is you had a chance of getting one of the 70 foil cards on there. It doesn't look like they've done it this way, and I think that's the disappointing part because every once in a while you hit something lucky and you're like, great, I got my chase card, got my foil card, and I'm thrilled.
Yeah, they just made it a purchasable item now. So it's the deluxe edition contains the foil, which is numbered to 100. So there'll be 100 foils available at launch. But yeah, it's kind of
So there's only 80 foils because 20 come into the AP version. So the AP version, the AP,
that's
the
hurting
foil
my
at
head.
yeah. So that's the thing is, so there's only 80 of that on there. So yeah, that's the thing because the AP version has 20, and then obviously the deluxe version will have the other 80 there. So there's only actually 80 of those available.
Got yeah. Okay. That's sucky maths on my part. Well, there you go. So there's 80 you can. Oh, that's one more than one more than previous with it being 79. But yeah, so you can buy it, just flat out buy it now. Like I said, then the AP edition as well. But at least you get all three. You know, if you buy an AP, you get the AP and the foil and the base, which I suppose is a change. Well, I say it's a good thing. We don't know how much these things are going to cost yet. So, yeah, it's
Best
exciting.
guess 20, 100, and 250. That's what the consensus seems to be.
Is it okay? $20 for a single, 100 for the deluxe, and then 250 for the AP edition.
Yeah.
Well, let's find out. When do we find out?
Tomorrow, 5 o'clock. Yeah, I
There
can't
we
wait.
go.
I gotta get the kids home from swimming so I can go and sit and refresh. So I'm there at 5 o'clock.
Yeah. I think the way my life's going recently, I'll still be in the office at 5 p.m. So yeah, I'll be checking it out. It's quite interesting on the page on Tops, so tops.com/project100 in the banner image. You can see the Wander Franco. It's a pretty cool looking card, and there's there's 2/3 of a Derek Jeter foil looking thing there as well. So,
yeah, I'm trying to think who is that. Is that the card that's coming out? They have a 5-pack that's kind of on there. But yeah, there's a Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter, the Wander, Clemente with the lasers coming out of your eyes, and an Otani, and I can't quite remember who the Mickey Betts. There you go. There's your 5. So Betts,
picture.
Betts, Wander Franco, Clemente,
Right.
Jeter,
Right,
and
yes. So the 5, I think they'll be the lineup. So it's going to be the Malik Roberts, Wander Franco. It's the no pattern Derek Jeter. It's what do I call it? It's the Dembski Shohei Ohtani, and then it's the Andre Power Mookie Betts, and then John Geiger Roberto Clemente. So
there we go.
no pattern didn't quite lean into that kind of 90s, screensaver yet, but I got a feeling it's going to happen. I mean, I guess it's your first card, so
yeah, you don't want to go too left field right off the bat, do you?
Hey, it worked for Ermsey. I mean, he said everyone looked at Ermsey shot and went, "What the hell?" And
yeah,
and
but then you go and see it. But then go on Ermsey's actual website and you see the stuff he did before, and you're like, okay, that's a departure from a baseball card. When you've got
yes,
like a half naked Betty Boop with Winnie the Pooh doing unspeakable things with honey, and you're like, oh, damn it, this is a trip compared to a freaking baseball card. All right, okay. So yeah, as always, look, I'm looking forward to it. I'm with you. Like you say, let the haters hate.
The worst part about it, you're gonna get 25 cards from 5 artists over 5 weeks, and you can see the art, and you can say this sucks balls, or I really like it, and you're gonna say I'm gonna tweet about it. I'm totally in for it. Like, I think it's just interesting. It's a great take of a baseball card, and the reason why I appreciate it so much is because your standard baseball card is a piece of art. Somebody designed that to the T, and if you look at it in a larger picture, it's just kind of cool to say this is an artist's take of what a baseball card means to them. So, like it, hate it, everyone's got an opinion. But yeah, just your standard baseball card is a piece of art.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Just enjoy it, for God's sake. Everyone's such negative Nellies. Like, far out.
Graham's seen the tweets, the replies we've gotten. Every time I put out something about Project 100, everyone's like, oh, I hate it. I hate Tops. This is a terrible idea.
Yeah. It's like I get it, right? Like, people feel a personal connection to these things, right? And as a collector, like I understand it. Like you want to love it's like, it's like your favorite band or whatever. You want to love everything that they do, and I fully get that. But golly, it's like just some of the stuff people band about as what they think is acceptable commentary. It's like, just behave. There's no need.
So it was a good
God,
example. It
calm
came
down.
up in one of our group chats, and they said, Panini and Donruss and Leaf, they're unlicensed cards. Like you don't get into there. I personally don't like them. I want to see the logo. I want to see everything I can on the jersey. That's just me. But you don't see me shitting on every person that's bought a card. It's because it
No,
doesn't have it on there. It's like that's for you. Like, it's cool if you can get a Shohei Ohtani Donruss card that's autographed. That's awesome. Like, that's still a dope
yeah.
card.
It's still a cool card. They're still cool cards. Yeah. Would I collect
Yeah.
them? No, I'm the same. I'm exactly the same. Like, personally, I wouldn't collect them either. But I'm not going to go around and like actively comment on somebody's post, be like, this is unlicensed. You're such a dick. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, come on, just
Exactly. I know. I think maybe everyone's just grumpy right now. I'm trying to be as
yeah. I
positive as I
know.
can. And it's like I said, we're still old men looking at pictures of young guys on cardboard.
All right. Okay. You're making it sound weirder than normal. Yeah.
I went down that weird path, and I just kick it off, and now we're
I
on.
know, man. God. Yeah, it's like, fine. Everyone go like their own stuff. You like Inception? I think it looks like ass. There you go. We have our own differences. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
All right, cool. I'm excited to follow the journey of Project 100. We'll obviously be speaking about it over the coming weeks and probably months, hopefully not years, like Project 70.
In theory, it's only 100
You
cards,
never know.
so it's gonna be. My best guess is was it 5 cards a week from each artist, so you're looking at 25 weeks.
Yeah,
So there
yeah.
you go. So
Let's
won't drag on to a whole year.
No, and it feels like it might be a little bit more structured than normal as well. But
It
let's
is,
see.
and let's fingers crossed. I hope Topps gets it right.
Yeah, so do I. So do I. And yeah, we'll work some contacts and see if we can get some artists and stuff on the show. That'd be kind of good. But yeah, we've had reasonable success with that in the past. So hi, Lauren, if you're watching.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Lauren's on our time. She's over in Barcelona.
She's in Barcelona, all right. Yeah, unbelievable.
She was last sitting there. She was doing her licensing deal with the women's soccer player that I can't think the name off the top of my head.
Yeah,
So I'm not going to
I don't
pretend
remember
like
her
I
name
know.
either. I know that's terrible. I should have researched that.
And
The Champions League final, which was in Turin for the ladies' Champions League final as well. Unfortunately, Barcelona got beat, but there you go. You can't win them all. But that's pretty cool. Pretty great.
That's
experience.
pretty cool. Yeah, especially since she peaked because she was on. Oh gosh, it wasn't Oprah, but
it definitely wasn't Oprah. It was the Kelly Clarkson show.
Kelly Clarkson show. So yes, so who knows? Maybe that's a pretty good peak there.
That was pretty cool. Did you see her spot on the Kelly Clarkson show? It was pretty cool, actually.
She's an awesome person. I was so glad she came on the show.
Yeah,
I really got a chance to talk to her.
That was a highlight. Maybe
obviously. Obviously, her highlight was, I talked to a couple guys in Scotland.
Yeah. Look at these knobheads. Yeah, maybe when our Topps X set drops, we'll try and get her on the show again. That'd be kind of cool. Something new to talk about. All right, cool. Top. So Project 100, kicking off tomorrow, 5 p.m. UK. If you're excited for it, you're sourcing the cards again this year.
I'm going to be sourcing the cards again this one. It's going to be a weird one because I don't know. Like, I have a sneaky feeling the Wander Franco might sell out just because it's Wander Franco.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm probably down for a 5-pack each week.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I'll probably buy them all. Like I said, I mean, we'll see. Like I said, I'm trying to pick one artist, and what I've seen right now, it's I think it's Dembski is the one I really like. Yeah, Dembski is kind of 8-bit, kind of Shohei Ohtani one. It kind of looks like he's not departed from what he does, and I'm curious to see.
That would be pretty cool.
Well, there you go.
if you're looking for the cards, reach out to Jason, dugoutclassics.com, where on any one of your 64 social media handles. And yeah, I'm sure Jay will hook you up. All right, that's very good. Let's wait for more news on that. Sticking with Tops Online then, Tops Now, which has suddenly become a recurring segment. And not only has Tops Now become a recurring segment, but position players pitching and then subsequently having Tops Now cards seems to suddenly be a thing. It was kind of unique when it was Pujols, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. It's a Pujols card. If you would like a card of Yadier Molina pitching, go get it right now if you're watching live. So it's live just now, available until tomorrow. And yeah, lots of position players suddenly deciding to pitch and having these moments immortalized in Tops Now cards. I guess this is kind of a byproduct. They still have this rule where relief pitchers have to face at least 3 batters, right? You can't just bring in like a lefty and then go away again after 2 pitches.
I never even thought about that, but yeah, of course, yes.
Yeah, I was trying to think what's fueling this, and it's not obviously the NL now has the DH, so it can't really be that because you would just bring a pitcher in. Like in the past, I think it sort of saved that. But yeah, I guess with pitchers having to face 3 people, whatever, it's kind of fun, I guess. Pujols had his turn this week. It's Yadi Molina. Next week, who knows? Perhaps Shed Long will pitch a shutout and take a loss. You just never know.
It's always good fun to see a position player pitch. I think it was more fun when they came to face like one batter, or it was like the 15th inning. And there's nobody else there. It's just like, can someone just throw strikes and can someone hit a whole run so we can go home now? I miss that part of baseball. You're like, God damn it, 17th inning. Jeez, this game should have been over 4 hours ago.
4 hours ago, yeah. You've literally got like the popcorn guy coming in and like.
No, he's gone home for the night. Like they stopped selling beer after the 7th inning. Like
that's a good point. Yeah, you're basically
you just around the stadium look for happy and hot dogs.
Oh my god, that would be kind of grim. So yeah, go get your Yadi Molina pitching cards. Who knows what we'll have next week? Yeah, I guess a busy time for Tops now with all the rookies coming up and stuff. So I know there's quite a. It feels like the scene for Tops now is blooming a little bit. I think it's safe to say a lot of people are getting kind of hype on Tops Now cards, especially for the rookies who are getting called up, like the prospects that people are high on. So especially like your Adley Rushmans of the world.
Nolan Gorman came up.
Nolan Gorman, yeah, and he's got a card out today as well. I think he hit a triple or something in a game yesterday. So yeah, he's got another card out today. So yeah, Tops Now, I guess, jumping on that rookie bandwagon.
I think it's cool. I like Tops Now. Like I said, I'm not buying many of them, but I do check in every day to see kind of what's coming out there. So
they're a really good use for tops points. So obviously when you get your rewards from Tops.com, you don't get rewards on Tops UK, but on Tops.com you get your Tops Now. Do they still call them Tops Now points? I don't think they do, but you get your Tops points anyway, but you can only redeem them against Tops Now products. So yeah, sometimes it's kind of fun to pick those up. That's why I have like 20 of those Bernie Sanders cards at the inauguration where he's in these mittens. Like I just set my Tops Now points on that because I thought they were hilarious.
Exactly. It cost you all of like $10.
Yeah, $10. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so didn't put much of a dent in my Tops Now points, that's for sure. So yeah, keep an eye on Tops Now. They do some pretty fun stuff, some pretty interesting stuff. You never know. You might like. I think people don't like them because they don't resell well, but it's like go and just enjoy collecting things for a minute. It's not all about the resale, Anyway, moving on from Tops Now. Tops announced a tie-in this week. They've signed an exclusive deal with an active player, which I find strange because I thought signing a deal with an active player would be moot because it would be covered by the larger deal that they have in place, Tops have in place with MLB.com and the Players Association, although technically it's Fanatics, but obviously Fanatics on Tops. But just this past week, Tops have announced a unique, or not unique, but a tie-in with Vlad Guerrero Jr. He's signed up to be a Tops partner. I think literally as we were tying up the show last week, this news came out, so that's ironic timing. But the press release came out was saying Topps has become synonymous with baseball after over 70 years of commemorating record-breaking moments and iconic players through our rich heritage of trading cards, said David Weiner, who's a new vice president and GM. In Topps, partnership with Vlad is an extension of our dynamic product portfolio, showcasing players' talents and personalities in compelling and innovative ways. Oh my God, I can't speak today. We are excited to continue evolving with fans and collectors alike as we kick off a new chapter for our brands through upcoming collaborations with the biggest superstars in sports and entertainment. Partnership with the Blue Jays Superstar features exclusive trading cards, as well as a variety of game-used items such as helmets, elbow and shin guards, batting gloves, jerseys, hats, and socks to be cut up and included in future trading card products. Vlad will also be featured across Topps' digital footprint, and he will appear in video content produced for Topps Studios and various Topps social media activations. Vlad said, I look forward to continuing my partnership with Topps and providing baseball fans everywhere with the high-quality product they have become accustomed to, which wasn't written by his PR guy at all. I'm sure those were his exact words.
Exactly.
So there you go. So kind of interesting. A few things to pick out from it. I don't think I've ever seen a helmet relic in a card, so I look forward to seeing how that works.
Ooh, so they cut one up. I saw that. So they flattened it out and they cut it up that way. So
wow, interesting.
it was like a Brandon Marsh helmet. If you can go back to tweets' Twitter timeline or maybe Instagram, you can go back, and it was about a month ago, and they showed how they cut it up there. It's actually really cool. Because I was like, yeah, helmet. Yeah, how do you do that? But there are bits of a helmet. You can get like the ear flap. You can get that part out.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So
yeah,
you're thinking about the curve bit there, but it's more the side bit.
That's what you think of.
Bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. Yeah, I quite like that on Topps' Instagram, I think it is. Yeah, they're sort of showing off some of the patches that are going to be in Dynasty, which obviously comes out later in the year and is a super high-end product. But yeah, when you see some of the patches are cut up to include on those cards, they look pretty, as the kids would say, fire.
Ooh, fire.
So,
yeah.
So there you go. I'm
fire, bro.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. Anyway, so back in 2019, the halcyon days of 2019, where trading cards cost only £50 per box, and we hadn't heard of this thing called COVID. Topps released a collaboration set with Vlad, which had a fairly measly print run of 2,474. So we have a benchmark. So it'll be interesting to see how these future collaborations go, and if they release a similar product, it'd be fun to go back and compare the print run of this product to the print run of that product. 2019, obviously pre-trading card boom, when it was only really nerds like us who were really into baseball cards. So that's like 2474 is pretty low print run even for 2019 product, and Vlad Guerrero Jr. was a known prospect by that point. So yeah, pretty low print run. I like the mention of their digital footprint. I think that's interesting verbiage around what that means. Can we expect some things in Bunt? Can we expect some NFTs? I imagine we'll see some stuff in Candy. Not that we can access Candy, but yeah, interesting sounding things, I think. So let's see how that goes.
In Candy's email today that there was Vlad Guerrero cards coming out. There's team sets coming out tomorrow for Candy, which kills me. Like I said, I think
that's why I don't read that's why I don't read the Candy promotional stuff anymore, because it makes me want to cry, because some of the stuff's really cool.
Yeah. That's it. By the time we get it, like all the good stuff will be gone. We're not those early adopters anymore. We're the late adopters now.
I feel it's time for a VPN and a fake address.
Ooh, well.
No, I think you need a bank account, or it's the credit card. It's the credit card billing address that's the problem. That's what trips you up. Because the first Candy release, remember we tried to get involved in the first Candy release, and that was the point. It was so you can sign up for an account, you can get their promotional mails, all that good stuff. But when you try and fund your account, it only accepts billing addresses from inside the US, and you can't use PayPal or anything like that. You have to use a card. So.
We'll have to talk to my brother.
Unfortunate. That's it. Yeah.
I don't trust him. I don't trust him. I don't trust him one bit.
Oh god. Well, so sticking with digital in that case, then it's been another fairly stellar week for Topps Bunt.
Oh my gosh, Bunt is keeping us busy after we finish one event, and I still feel guilty for winning the Shohei Ohtani card. I really do. I might have to
That's
give
really
it
funny.
away or something like that. The tops dropped the top 100 crafting event with the lightning cards are, and you know what? I was completely ignoring top 100. It wasn't anything that was on my radar. I knew it was there, and then the lightning cards dropped, and I went, oh wow, these are actually pretty cool. The motion cards are pretty cool.
So
So
you're a sucker for a shiny motion card, right?
I am, I am art cards and shiny motion cards. Those are my jam. I just think they're kind of fun. I mean, it's free cards, and if it requires a little input on my end, all the better there. And the funny thing is, I got rid of 40 of them today, so I can finish other sets.
Oh my god.
I think I've done over 1,000 trades the past month, so I'm wheeling and dealing here.
Yeah,
So
you're doing quite well. Golly.
so I think I finished 87 now. I'm more than halfway done with the super rares for tribute, and I'm skipping. Yeah. Anyways, so the crafting event there. So you get a net like I think it was 2,000 coins if you just do it. But the lightning cards there, they're actually very good trade bait if you don't want to actually do crafting any of the stuff there. I'm getting super rares for them constantly. If you want to keep it that way, but for the most part, people are after the card. So even if you don't like them, do the event, do the card. It doesn't cost you anything, and trade it for cards you do want. Because if you can hit anything basically in the top 10, top 15, people are making crazy offers. I think one of the reasons why I like the Lightning event is because the first card I hit was a Bryce Harper, and my trades thing lit up with offers for that Bryce Harper card. So I had to go block that and hide it from everyone because I just couldn't be bothered with everyone asking for it. So if you want trade bait, that's good trade bait. This week's last Friday's drop was in the name weekly. In the name, I wasn't a big fan of that one. Did you look at it all to see if you liked it or not?
I didn't. No, I've not had. So I've been dipping into craft. I've been to do the top 100 event, and I've been dipping in to pick up my daily reward. And outside of that, I've not put too much time into Bunt in recent days. I'll be honest.
Fair enough. That's my jam, anyways. So I didn't know if you looked at it. The cards.
You,
The
I
cards are
was going
pretty
to say you
decent.
play enough for the both of us, then. Come on.
I do. I played for about 5 people, I'm sure. I need to get that job so that I can actually do stuff. I can't do my Zoom meetings. But they're pretty basic cards. They kind of have you have your player has their name kind of in bold. The colors are kind of nice, but it was nice to actually not have to go and spend any coins this week on any of the cards there. So we've got that for the next 2.5 weeks there. I'm curious to see what comes out. But what did drop was baseball stars. Now again, shiny autograph. Count me in.
Here we go.
So that was kind of cool. So you had a 1 in 5 chance to actually get a rare card out of that. 1 in 30 for a super rare. So it's a fairly easy set to actually complete. If you got the single autograph one, the award card is Fernando Tatis Jr. The dual autograph is Vlad Guerrero Jr. and Bo Bichette. So it's actually a pretty cool set. The cards are cool. They are a bit of motion on there, so again, I liked it a lot, and I decided it was a fun chase card to do because I've almost finished tribute. I still have 2 weeks
Oh
to
my
go, or
god,
a week and a half.
you're wild,
So
man.
I trade everything. Like I said, I spend a lot of time on the trade feed and working deals out there. I'm amazed my trade score isn't half of what it should be right now. So, but then like I said, I'm taking I crafted because I did so much for Heritage. I was able to craft everything for the crafting cards, and then was
Yeah,
trading,
for tribute. Yeah.
all my 3 uncommons for a rare, and got a bunch of rare emerald cards, and then traded those 3 emerald cards for super rares. So
Gee.
I've taken all my junk because I'm not paid for 1 pack. I've taken all my junk and then turned it into super rares, and it's been brilliant. So
Yeah,
there you
it's a
go.
pretty good way to do it. Bunt's been on quite a nice run of keeping engagement. Like I said, the way that the obviously the tribute crafting event that we had last year was will go down in history, I guess, because that was probably my most enjoyable crafting event to date was the tribute one last year. So I think we were both a bit bummed that they didn't do the same thing this year. But then they've been kind of clever with like craft 50 of your uncommon cards to get an exclusive crafting card for tribute. It's kind of clever because, with the heritage event that was just before it, like you say, you were able to run that event and basically come out at a net plus just by completing the event, and that got you like 10 packs of heritage. So if you're sitting grinding and crafting, like grinding, the base cards for heritage were all uncommon cards. This is the perfect way to get rid of all those duplicates, and it gets you invested in the tribute set, and then you're going to start, you're starting to build a tribute. So it'll be interesting to see how, if they do more like this later, further through the season. But they've been very clever, very crafty with the way that they've made you do crafting. I didn't mean that. That was a pretty nice pun, but I didn't actually.
No, I liked it. So, it was really interesting. I was going to say, the one thing I really wish they would have done for Heritage was they did in Tribute last year, was you had a chance of an iconic card when you were doing the packs. It was event exclusive crafting one. I think that was missing from the event. Still love the event, but I think that would have made it that much better. And I'm really worried to see what's going to happen the rest of this year, because we've had some fantastic cards come out now. I'll skip Gypsy Queen. I know you'll be all in on Gypsy Queen, but what else do we have coming up? So, they've you've brought the big guns out to start the beginning of the season. At what point we're gonna hit that lull to get us sucked in again? So, an interesting note: I went and checked back on the Heritage cards. We are down to half of what it started at before the event started, because I wanted to see what the numbers are at. So people have crafted half the cards away already. So there was about 160,000 per card of all those extra uncommons there, and they're down to about 80,000 now, and probably even less for some, because I looked at, I think I was a Ron Lacuna card, and there was still 80,000 left, or a Shohei Ohtani card, there was still 80,000 left. Like I said, there will be less than that for all the scrubs that were in that one as well too, because people are still hoarding those. There was a guy that was hoarding the Shohei Ohtani pop candy cards that were there, and he had over 2,000. So,
oh my god!
Yeah, he was just trading. Send me nine of these for a card you want, and that, and so I just dropped a message. I got about 2,000 right now. So
that's wild. I don't understand how you can possibly end up with that many. That's insane. Funny, Fans Choice is out today, of course. Monday, Fans Choice. It was Bobby Witt Jr. this week. I just redeemed mine to make sure I get my my daily token. I did that while we were chatting there. Signature series out as well.
It's the last week of
8 days. Yeah, only 8 days left in it. So again, not one I've touched, but does it look any good? Kind of Inception looking. Not Inception looking.
Yep. So we're in the last week of stickers as well. I've been keeping together with my sticker cards there. I have the whole rare set so far, so I'm pretty impressed by that.
Were you spending coins on them, or just trading for them?
No, I spent coins on them. I try to get the uncommon, and then once I get the uncommon, I'll trade for the rare ones there. So they're kind of fun. But yeah, they went the last week of stickers. There's only one more drop of Street and one more drop of the Signature Series 1, which of course I think they'll probably bring out Series 2 immediately following that one. So, but it's been a good run for Bunt. Like I've never been. You know what? It reminds me of like Pokemon Go when it first came out. And I was playing that like crazy.
At least you were getting your steps in when you were doing Pokemon Go, though, right?
I can bunt and craft at the same time walking to school.
Oh my gosh. One of the cool things about Bunt, actually, I don't think we've ever talked about this, is that obviously they do the Tops Now cards in Bunt the same as they do for the physical release. So if you really want your Yadier Molina pitching card, you can go get it in Bunt if you really want it. Or you can go and spend the $10 to get the physical version. But in the store right now, you've got today's Tops Now cards you can buy from Tops.com. You can pick up the Bunt versions, really low print runs. There's only like I don't know how long they've been available in the store, actually, maybe only since 6 o'clock our time, so it seems to be 1 p.m. Eastern every day they update the store. Like print runs in the 30s, like 33 people have picked up the Yadier Molina pitching card from Tops Now in Bunt. So if you don't want to go and spend the $10 on Tops.com, go pick them up in Bunt, and you can still keep them So keep them that way.
Gosh, nightmare that I wouldn't get that one after the show.
I know. I know what you're doing for the rest of the night. Right, before you disappear off and do Bunt, then we'll quickly touch on NFTs. And I've realized I'm throwing in a bit of a curveball, but don't worry, I'm not going to trip you up because we haven't even discussed NFTs this whole week. Obviously, we talk about stuff through the week, so we seem like we're half prepared. I know it never comes off like that, but. So 2022 Topps Series 1 premium packs are still available, but standards are now sold out.
Wow. This is 2 weeks after release.
Yeah, maybe even 3 weeks now.
Wow.
Yeah, so they're finally sold out. So $20 packs are gone. You can still get Series 1 packs. It looks like they're somewhere in the region of 2,000. Oh, why has it done this to me? Screen just refreshed rather than going to the pack I want. 2,062 out of 10,900 total packs. Now, I don't know if that means that there's 2,000 left or they've only sold 2,000. So there's either 2,000 left or there's 8,000 left. I don't know. But yeah, they're still available at $150 a pack. But the standard packs, the $20 packs, are now sold out. As we've spoken about, I guess, before, everything crypto is down, even though this isn't really crypto, it's horseshit, really. But so yeah, they're available. Standard packs are gone. You can still get the World Series packs as well. Sorry, the postseason packs. Yeah, standard postseason packs are still available for $20. Only 1,300 of those left. So still some cheap NFTs available on topsnfts.com if you feel like it. New Bundesliga stuff as well, but I don't really follow that too much. And of course, Bazooka Joe cards still available.
Yeah, of course, it was a terrible idea from the start, but I guess you got to start somewhere. So
you got to start somewhere. You're right.
Geez, yeah, forgot about those Bazooka Joe cards.
Yeah, dude, it's not Godzilla, which sells out in a heartbeat. It's baseball and Bundesliga and Bazooka Joe. So yeah, there we go. NFT news. That's all the NFT news, and in fact, that is all the news that we have for this week. Unless I don't think there's anything else. Anything else to add?
No, I think that's about it. So we might have a guest on. We're not waiting to hear back from there. It'd be good to bring someone on there, and of course we'll promote them so you know what you're getting yourself into next week. There, if not, it'll be the normal standard show, and I will talk your ear off about Project 100 and how it all went.
yeah, it might shine a bit of a focus on Project 100 next week then, because no new releases coming out this week. So new release news will certainly be a bit light on the ground. So yeah, maybe a bit of a focus on Project 100 next week if we don't have a guest. But yeah, let's see how that goes. Awesome.
All right, so yep. All right, guys, you have a good week and buy some cards.
Buy some cards, yeah, man. Go get your
some cards.
Everyone's off the Topps Bunt now to get their Yadier Molina cards. That's what's going to happen now. But yeah, so this episode will of course be available as a podcast from this Wednesday, 9 p.m. on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts from. And Jason and I will be back live next Monday night, a little bit after 9 o'clock as usual. And yeah, until then, Jason, thanks very much.
All right, take a cheers, Graeme. Everyone, stay safe. Hope you're all doing well. I hope to see you soon, and we'll see you next week.
We'll do indeed. Take care, everybody.